everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Menopause Made Easy with Tanya. And today we're going to talk about good energy for menopausal vitality. And I'm going to reference this wonderful book, Good Energy, by Dr. Casey Means and her brother, Callie. It's an excellent book. And as you know, I've been doing some book reviews here. I read a lot of books. But you know what? This is also my industry. It's my passion. It's my purpose. It's how I help all of you guys. So I understand that maybe if you're in law or accounting or decorating, or you're reading decorating books and you're spending most of your time on your purpose and passion. So it's really nice to have these little podcast episodes so you can not spend, I don't know, 15 hours reading a book and really digesting the information. You can get it in 30 minutes. So I'm a time saver. This is a quantum leap, everybody, right? I'm saving you time, giving you the nuts and bolts of this great book that says feel incredible, avoid disease, and age well. Now, by all means, you can read the book. I'm just saying that, maybe this piques your interest to read the book, or you know what, this is enough information for you. Totally your call. So I am going to give you a quick overview and why it's relevant to menopausal women. And, as I've mentioned many times before, that we're all made up of cells, and in your cells you have mitochondria. Okay, and these are the powerhouse of the cell, and mitochondrial decline is a key factor in the fatigue many women are experiencing during menopause. Okay, and so we're going to unpack, we're going to explore, we're going to examine how to reignite our energy, because many of us are feeling lower energy, fatigue, not as vibrant as we want to be. And you know what? Part of it is, what I say, when you have a brand new car, right? You don't have to look after it as much. It's full of pep and all that kind of stuff. But as you get into your, late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, we need to take better care of our body because they are changing. All right. So I'm going to give you some great points today to help you perk up your energy. So before I do, again, this isn't stuff you need to know. It's interesting because I reference it quite a bit. But again, I want to give you surface level so that, you take away at what I'm trying to say is that this is my profession. So I love getting into the nitty gritty and the chemical reactions, but you don't need to know all that. But what you do need to know is that mitochondria, right, are these tiny structures within our cells that generate energy by converting nutrients that we eat to ATP. And this is taking you back to grade 10 science. And ATP is the fuel that powers cellular activities. Okay. And so we need these little cells and these mitochondria working properly so that we can process and be energetic. Okay, and as I've mentioned many of times, they're the powerhouses of the cell because this energy production is essential for every process in your body. Okay, so this really makes them the cornerstone of vitality, and especially during menopause when we have all these energy shifts and these hormone things going on in our body. All right, so mitochondrial health is directly linked to energy levels because mitochondria, like I just said, produce ATP, which is the energy currency of the cell, right? And during menopause, we have these hormonal changes that can exacerbate mitochondrial inefficiency, which leads to symptoms like fatigue and reduced vitality. So how do we support mitochondrial function, right? So that we can counteract these effects and boost our energy and feel amazing, which is what I want you guys to feel. All right. So some signs of mitochondrial dysfunction can be fatigue, brain fog, insulin resistance, and there's more, but that's just a couple of examples. So oh gosh, there's a little bit of brain fog right there. I got to get my mitochondrial and my brain fired up here. Anyway, all right. So we want to make sure that we are fueling ourselves properly and keeping these mitochondria pumped up for action so that we feel energetic. Okay. We don't have to be 3-year-old energetic or puppy energetic, but we want to be energetic enough that we enjoy the things that we enjoy in life, right? Okay. So I think you're going to notice a common theme between any book you read on health, any health coach who is well versed in nutrition, okay, that lifestyle really impacts our mitochondrial health. Currently, and this is a very sad statistic, I've said it many times before, but 93% of our population is metabolically unhealthy. Okay, I did an episode where I share like the 5 things that determine metabolic health. Go back and listen to that. So we want to talk about what are some lifestyle shifts that we can make to improve our mitochondrial function. And ding, 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 if you listen to, I don't know, was it last week or the week before when I talked about the Ending Alzheimer's by Dale Bredesen, here are the exact same things, okay? Eat low glycemic. So what does that mean? Fruits and veggies, right? Leafy greens, low glycemic food. So avoiding food that spikes our blood sugar levels. And I've done a freebie for you called 5 Hacks to Cut Your Cravings. Go to vibrantlivingwithtanya.com to pick that up. You'll see freebie at the top. I give you 5 hacks that even if you, at times, like myself, choose to eat foods that aren't low glycemic, you can combine them with other foods, or you can do some movement afterwards. I give you 5 little hacks that you can do to help lower that glycemic boost. All right. But most importantly, you really want to try and get more low glycemic foods into your diet. We need nutrient dense foods, okay, to reduce oxidative stress. I'll talk about oxidative stress in a minute, but the easiest way to actually, no, I'll talk about it now. The easiest way to think about this is just you're rusting. Think of an apple, you cut it in half, one side you put lemon juice on it, the other side you don't. You wake up in the next day, the next morning, and one side is browner than the other. The browner side, that's oxidative stress. So when we get good nourishment in our body, we reduce oxidative stress. We reduce the aging of our cells. If you, okay, so think of each cell in your body, you're made up of cells, is requiring nutrition to function properly. That nutrition, unfortunately, does not include sugar and alcohol and flour and ultra-processed food. We don't need any of it. We're eating a lot of that stuff because of the taste, because it's chemically addictive. You know, they spend a lot of money in labs making sure that when you, it's called like a touch sense or something, when a feel sense, when you put it on your tongue, you get this boost of, oh my God, I need more, I need more. Okay, they spend a lot of money to figure that out. Foods like that, you really kind of want to avoid. Listen, I still eat them, so I'm not saying never have them, but they're not benefiting your cells. Okay, they're not benefiting your cells. So if you really want to work on your cellular nutrition, you want to lean your diet more over to choices that we just talked about, low glycemic, nutrient dense foods. And I just want to put something in here that I've been hearing a lot, and I should just do a whole separate podcast interview, but people are going, oh, everything in moderation, 80-20. Well, moderation today is not moderation what it was in 1970, okay, or the 1950s, or even the 1980s, right? And so our base diet is so out of moderation, not for everybody, not for maybe everybody I'm talking to, but for a large majority of the population, that the 80-20 is just not 80-20 anymore. Okay, you're not eating 80% vegetables, lean protein, and healthy fats. Okay. And so we're getting skewed with this 80-20, and I'm really seeing it with a lot of people, where it's not moderation anymore. It's become too much. So anyway, I think I'll do another episode on that, but just plant that seed in your head. All right. So we want to, again, focus on dark leafy vegetables, dark leafy greens, some nice fresh vegetables, fruit. If you can eat in season, you're going to get the most nutrient dense vegetables and fruits as possible. So we used to eat in season. We didn't have raspberries available all year, or strawberries or blackberries. Even though those are good for you, they're out of season. So, I don't know if there's going to be a trend to go back to people having their own garden, or really supporting local farmers more, but that would be an awesome trend. And you're also, going to hear a lot more about regenerative gardening, regenerative farming, just getting away from all these pesticides, these sprays that are on our food, because they're not good either. Anyway, that's a whole nother episode. Okay, so we want some fatty fish, wild caught, berries, like some really whole food nutrition. So just for 1 week, have a look at your diet and just see what proportion of it is on whole food nutrition, like no labels, okay, versus processed food, which can have some labels, and then ultra processed food, which I wouldn't even call food. All right, so just have a look at what you're eating, and then from there you can decide what changes you'd like to make. Okay, the other thing that's really good for improving your mitochondrial function at any time, but especially during menopause, is the role of intermittent fasting. I've done many videos on intermittent fasting, but any podcasts, I talk about it in my midlife reboot, or it can be called time restricted eating. But this is really good for the mitochondria, because basically, in one sense, you can look at it this way: it has to get smarter as to where to get nutrients from, so it gets stronger. And there's so many benefits to fasting. And for menopausal women, I do really try and encourage women to eat breakfast, lunch, light dinner, and stop the nighttime snacking, instead of skipping breakfast, having a light lunch, a bigger dinner, and then all hell breaks loose and you're eating nighttime eating. I need a sip of water. Okay. Oh, look at this. So you can see that nutrition is very similar to what I talk about, many health coaches talk about, the End of Alzheimer's program talks about. So the question you have to ask yourself is, are you doing it? Okay. How much do you want to do? How can you improve? Oh, look at this. Next category for improving your mitochondrial function and getting good energy is exercise, because exercise stimulates mitochondria. All right, so aerobic exercise and resistance training. Okay, not aerobic exercise or resistance training, but aerobic exercise and resistance training. Resistance training is lifting weights. You need that resistance on your body. Okay, so how can you get more of these movements into your daily habits? And that's what I do for a living. So if you need help, by all means, reach out, let me know how I can help you. Sleep, we've talked about this before, really good for brain health, really good for your energy, right? We need that restorative deep sleep, which works to repair mitochondria, which is a powerhouse of your cell, which is how you are run. Think of a battery, right? And you need that battery fully charged. You know what happens when a battery has less and less of a charge? That light gets dimmer. Well, that's what happens in our body. That's what happens to us. Okay, so we would need a bright light so that we are shining bright in this world. So I've talked a lot about sleep, improving your sleep routine. So you have to decide, how is your sleep, and are you going to keep complaining about it, or are you going to actually start to break it down and do some steps? Is it that you can't fall asleep? Is it that you wake up in the middle of the night? Is it that you get up too early? Like, break it down and take the time. And again, I'm like a sleep and recovery coach, right? This is huge. This is something to work on. It's not about popping a pill that addresses a symptom. What's the root cause as to why you aren't sleeping properly? And you have to be the one to decide that you want to put some attention on that. And then we have stress management. Like I said, many of us are overstressed, but we don't even realize it anymore. It's not our perception of stress, it's the cells and how they feel stressed. Okay. And chronic stress really impacts the mitochondria and our energy. It zaps us of energy. Okay. So can you put in tools like mindfulness, breath work, yoga, Pilates? Can you incorporate, oh, I love rolling and blocking. Like I'm telling you, they so changed my life. Again, I've done episodes, I think number 38 is how rolling changed my life. I've talked to Deanna Hansen, who she's from Block Therapy. Love her, love what she's done. I use my blocks every day since 2020 when I got them. I love them. Okay. So find something that turns you on and add it into your life. Okay. And again, we're looking for that menopausal balanced nutrition plate, and we're looking for the menopause balanced movement plan. All right. Okay. So during menopause, we have significant hormonal changes, right? So we're having a decline in estrogen and progesterone. And these changes can unfortunately reduce our mitochondrial efficiency by increasing oxidative stress, right? So remember, that's what I said. You have more free radicals, like that's the Pac-Man coming after you, the little dots. Okay, it's eating them up. Okay, that just gobble, free radicals, not good, causing browning of the apple, right? And this is damaging your cell, which impairs the ability to function effectively and reduces the ability of hormones, right, to support mitochondrial function. So we don't just have estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Those are just your sex hormones. We have lots of other hormones. So we want everything working and flowing together. And unfortunately, as I said, when those estrogen and progesterone start to decrease, it can affect the mitochondrial efficiency, which is your energy. That's simple, very simple. Okay, so you may be feeling fatigued because you have reduced cellular energy production. You might work out and have slower energy time. So you might have to look at your nutrient density of your diet. Maybe you need some supplementation or to improve the quality of your food. But these things are crucial, and there's so many things you can do. Remember, you are the CEO of your lifestyle, the CEO of your life, the CEO of your health. A lot of these things are things that you can be doing. Again, I had to put my big girl pants on. I'm sorry. You know what? If I didn't have to, if I could get away with certain things, I probably would. But I feel so much better when I treat my body with care and respect. Okay, so we've talked a lot about balancing blood sugar levels. Again, pick up my 5 hacks to cut your cravings guide, right? And managing inflammation. Inflammation is the root of disease. Inflammation is caused by all the nasties in your diet, stress, not sleeping enough, too much exercise. Okay, so we need that balanced approach and learning how to balance your blood sugar levels. So when we do that, when we have balanced blood sugar and reduced inflammation, it can support our hormones and our energy levels. All right. So when we have strong mitochondria, we're not just boosting our energy, but we're building resilience in our body. And it's helping us. Listen, we're all aging. I want to be aging, absolutely aging, right? And so I want to build resistance against the challenges of aging. So if I just let myself shrivel up and I don't use myself, then it's going to be much more challenging for me to function. And I don't want that. So we want to make sure that we keep that good energy up in our body. So what are some actionable things that you can do? Okay, so let's just talk about 3 quick wins that you could do to boost your mitochondrial energy or health today. And again, by all means, if you want to pick up Good Energy by Casey Means, Dr. Casey Means, She's an incredible lady. And her brother, oh my gosh, I have such respect for them. They're really, like really, it takes a lot to put yourself out there and go against mainstream media, to go against, I mean, I do it quite often, but I'm just a little small person, to really go out and talk a different talk that's going on. I applaud them. I have a lot of respect for them. They have a great story. So if you haven't heard about them, you can check them out if you'd like. All right, so what are some 3 quick wins? Well, you could add 1 mitochondrial friendly food to each meal this week. So that could be a challenge for you. So that would be dark leafy greens. So if you don't eat any, have 1 leaf. Okay, that's my simple shifts philosophy. Start with 1 leaf at each meal. See if you can build up to there, because 1 is better than none. If you're already having a great salad, maybe you add some berries or some fatty fish. Nut seed and olive oil, all of those are really great for mitochondrial health. And then maybe you're eating all of those things. If you are, look at the things that are damaging you and just see, are they 80-20, or is it 50-50 or 60-40? Just have an honest look at your plate. Or maybe you need to upgrade the quality of your food. Maybe some of those foods could be organic, or you could get them from your garden, or you could have a tower garden like myself. All right. So another quick win you could do is some physical activity. So if you aren't doing any, can you add a minute of intentional physical activity into your day? Could you walk up and down your stairs? Could you lift weights for 1 minute? Right? Could you go for a walk outside? If you are already doing stuff, look at like I had to do this in my 40s. I had to actually decrease the intensity of my workouts and shift more into restorative, so that I had more of a balanced menopausal workout. So that's what I work with a lot of women, is they're doing too much. So you can be doing nothing and you need to add something. You could be doing too much and you need to adjust what you're doing, or you could be in the middle, and this could be a no-brainer for you right now. And then maybe you could do some journaling exercises, like tracking your energy levels. Like, what are they like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? What are they like beginning of the day to the end of the day, right? And notice how you feel so start doing it for a week and then add in some better nutrition and better exercise, and then start to notice, are you feeling like you have more energy? Right? Are you sleeping better because you're actually expending energy during the day? Like, we really do need to move during the day and get some fresh air and all of that kind of stuff. So those are 3 quick wins. Okay. Add some healthy food to boost your metabolism or your mitochondria. Add some exercise or retweak what exercise you're doing. And, notice your energy levels. Okay, so those are some really good takeaways from this book. And like I said, again, you can spend the time to read it, or you can just take these notes from here, and I will continue to do some book reviews for you. Excellent, everybody. I hope that you take those takeaways, do something with them. Please share this episode with somebody who may need to hear this information. Remember, the more of us that get healthy and happy and vibrant and energetic, and we build a stronger community. And I did a podcast on the grandmother effect, that we are here to be healthy role models. From my heart to your heart, I just wish and pray for the best health for all of us. I really, really do. But remember, you are the CEO of your health. And so it requires you to take action. And if you're not taking action, then please reach out to somebody or myself to support you so that you can get into the habit. All right. Healthy hugs, everybody. Lots of love. And I will see you in the next video.